Well, the referees tonight, Alexander Glizic in the middle there from Serbia, Georgios Porsanidis from Greece on the left, and Ademir Zarapovic from Bosnia and Herzegovina on the right.
Very experienced refereeing crew.
Yep, they do Olympics and whatever else. The Telenet Giants Antwerp team, Paris Lee, Sanders, Schupanen, Ismail Bako, and Tyler Kalinowski. Obviously, Baku's had some big games. Sanders has really improved as the season has gone along, but Paris Lee has been the man for this team in the clutch. And Roel Moors, who you can see his focus, his determination. He almost wants to be out there. He is really fired up for this. And for Iberostar Tenerife, Holton Iverson in that starting five, along with Rodrigo San Miguel, Ricciotti, the captain, Nicholas Brasino, and Tim Abromaitis. And Abromaitis, was terrific, wasn't he, in that win over Hapoel Jerusalem?
In his last 3 games, he's been double digits, Jeff. I mean, like, he's been their leading scorer in 2 of those 3 games. He was huge for Videoretta in the home leg. And him and Iverson, I think, are the handful. I mean, Iverson was just, he gave them the chance to beat Jerusalem in the return leg. I mean, Gillet playing in Belgium against the Belgium team.
Yeah, he's a Belgium international.
So one way or another, there's going to be a Belgium in the final. I know which group the fans want, but
yeah, he would probably have a lot of people cheering for him, but not tonight.
Yep.
And certainly Roel Moors, who in his days at Antwerp was such a prolific player that after his playing career, he had his jersey retired.
Hangs in the corner of the gym. It's like coaching with a legend. It's having a living legend on your bench. Hey, very much, I know it's not a Bologna guy, but very much Bologna. Living legend as a player, converts to a coach. Moors is doing the same thing. Moors was so good in the way that I think he's taken this team on a journey where they have got better in every single stage.
They've gotten better, and probably not the budget of a lot of the teams as well. When you look at it like that, you know, it's a team that, a young and inexperienced team, but a team that has come out and really played well and developed. You know, they've been on the wrong end of some bad results as well, but again, it's all about survive, advance.
Yep.
You know, don't forget Ostend in this competition as we look at Chus Videoretta. Ostend, also another Belgian team, were red hot, and at one point it looked like they were going to storm into the playoffs, but they narrowly missed out in the end. So Belgian basketball seems to be on the up.
Well, we've seen the national team do incredibly well at Eurobaskets, not necessarily getting to those latter stages. They're having some big wins, so they're doing something right in the system. And Bako is probably one of the guys that really sums that up. Went through their junior system, was a solid under 20. Double digits in 9 of the last 10 games. He's ranked second in blocks. Every time I've covered him, I've said, is he going to be able to cope with this guy? Is he going to be able to? And every single time he has responded. He's got a task tonight, though, with Colton Iverson, who's as good as there is when it comes to big guys in the Basketball Champions League.
Dishon Tate, we haven't really said much about him, but what an incredible addition to European basketball he's been. He is Mr. Excitement.
Guy that plays with the heart. He's emotional.
Mark, he tried a 360 in the playoffs. A 360.
Yeah.
And he almost made it.
And you know what about those guys? He lives every play, doesn't he? He lives literally the emotion of every single play. Is like he plays it like it's his last play. And with these young guys, that's an emotional impetus for them. So they have all the parts. Do they have the quality? Whatever. That's been questioned every single game, and they've come up with an answer. Who knows? In front of this fan base, that they're taking on the most efficient team in the Basketball Champions League. A team that already knows how to win. A team that's coming off a good win in the ACB. Only 2 guys on that team average double digits. That tells you all you need to know. Who do you stop on that team?
Well, Tenerife have had their struggles, but they've put themselves in a good position now to get into the playoffs back in 15 and 15. Of course, Antwerp they've had such a great season that they've also won the Belgian Cup, and they ended rivals Ostend's long run in that regard. So remember, they're already riding the high of that, and they want to really make this the most special of years for a Belgian basketball club in lifting a European title. Tenerife team to do it. And then win against Virtus Bologna, who looked pretty title hungry themselves in the first half.
Yeah, intriguing for me. There's no like which superstar's going to win the game, because even Paris Lee plays within the system. You've got two teams here and two coaches who can really, and this is an intriguing game. This is going to be a great semi-final.
The Argentine international Nicolas Brasino as well, playing with Tenerife, and another Argentinian, Ricciotti, the captain. League second semi-final between the hosts, Telenet Giants Antwerp in the black, and Iberostar Tenerife in the yellow. And it's already turnover, and Brasino's going to go in for a dunk. And that is an ominous start.
Wow. Defensive effort. The thing Bacco gives you a problem with, he won't shoot the perimeter shot, so Colton Iverson zoned it, which really filled the middle. Same thing here, can't shoot that shot.
Bacco, Kalinowski, now Sanders steps into a three, a little long, and Iverson grabs the board and hands it off to San Miguel. Iverson, and a foul on Bacco for a push in the back.
And this is the thing that as you get the replay of the steal, which is going to end up with a soft flash to get the first 2 points, but they're so patient, Tenerife. They'll wait until they get the advantage and then make the right decision.
San Miguel whips it over to Ricciotti, and ball goes off of Abramitis. Played at Notre Dame. His dad was a very good player in Europe as well, Tim Abramitis. So Lithuanian extraction effect. Abramitis.
It's in his genes then.
Yep, that is it. He can shoot it. Paris Lee almost loses it. Keeps the dribble alive. And now he's bumped by Iverson. I think he got it where it hurts. Yes, he did indeed.
Yes, he did, yeah.
This was Brasino's dunk after the steal. That turnover was on Kalinowski. Swooping in for three. A little hard. Now Ricciotti, bounce pass, knocked away by Bacco. Now Kalinowski. Now Paris Lee. And he was fouled by Brasino.
And that's the type of defensive effort Bacco has given them all at the postseason. He showed hard, but then gets back and recovers.
Got a hand on it.
Yeah, and he's not going to bump you and be big on you. He's going to be quick and athletic. And if you get Lee in transition, he's a tough ask. He knows how to score. So again, but Bacco is one of those keys for Antwerp to get a result here.
Paris Lee has it. Now Chopin again for three. Get it! Telenet Giants Antwerp take the lead.
I think about 15,000 fans just wheeled that one in. Nice offense, though.
Sanders got a hand on that, but Ricciotti got it back. Ricciotti injured for much of that year when they won the title. Dancing around, bounce pass to Iverson. Paris Lee goes up for the rebound. Bakes gets it back to Bacco, and Bacco turns it over to San Miguel, who's going to go in for a layup. And wouldn't you know it, 4 points for Tenerife have come off of steals and fast breaks.
And it's that issue Bacco has, because you're going to play the pass when he has it. So it's almost like, don't give it to him now.
Sanders with a little drive, scores. Well, he's really improved as the season has gone along. Now San Miguel again, high off the glass. Good job by Schupinen to knock it over to Baco. Oh, beautiful pass by Lee. Baco chases it down. Avramaitis got a hand on it. Kalinowski.
Brusino just did a marvelous job on the help, and that's literally the way that Tenerife would play their defense. It's such a team effort.
Baco with the catch. Now Paris Lee bumped by Shanti.
Same thing we saw in the first semi-final, smart foul, because you don't want Paris Lee in broken play. You don't want him with the defense not set. So he just takes one for the team, and they'll use those fouls in those situations. We get a replay of the opening three that literally lifted the gym roof.
I liked how San Miguel went up for that left-handed layup, didn't he?
Fundamental. He does everything fundamentally really well.
Baco is going to shoot that jumper. That's his range.
And that's the thing. It's almost like a last resort for him, but if he doesn't take it, you're playing 4 on 5.
Biggest lead of the game now, 3 points for either team. Atkinson, pick, Ricciardi drives in, and good defense. The ball goes off the Iverson and out of bounds, and Iberostar Tenerife offensively have been not very good so far.
Well, I tell you, it's something that Antwerp have been able to do that Jerusalem couldn't do in 2 legs. Find a way to deal with the way that Iverson rolls, where you help from. And, you know, Moores has obviously done a job that says this is how we're going to defend it. His team's done a great job already.
There's Lee. Jumper. Schupinen kept it alive. He's playing well. Kalinowski now. And Porter Davidson. Wildcat. Strike 15.
And he's the cool guy, the calm guy that calms everything down for this team. He did a marvelous job in the postseason. When they needed someone to settle him down, he was the man.
Brusino left wide open. You can't do that. One of the premier shooters in European basketball, Nicolas Brusino. He'll be at the World Cup with Argentina.
I'm sure the scouting report doesn't say go underneath the screen on him.
That gets back to a 2-point game. Lee. And Paris Lee looking like he's up for the game tonight. It's a big occasion. This could be a defining Final Four for players like Paris Lee in European basketball. Imagine how many people are watching him in action tonight in front of this crowd. Same with Steiger. Now Iverson catches it, 5 on the shot clock, trying to go to work on Baco, and they call the foul on Baco.
That's a tough call. I don't know why I'd have that's regardless whether it's tough, right, or not. It's 2 fouls on Baco, and that's a huge call this early in the game.
And Jasinski is going to get in and not sure what he did wrong there.
Yeah,
and Baco out, and Jasinski and Jason Tate come in.
Just had his palm of his hand on the wrong place, but it was not. I didn't see the foul. I didn't see it as a foul. But it doesn't matter what I think.
So much smaller now are Antwerp. With Baco on the bench. Steiger. Over to Said to come into the game. And Said misses on the baseline. The ball goes off of Antwerp.
The size had to go up right at the bottom of the shot clock. It looked, you know, the decision was good because of the shot clock. And the great thing is they stayed active, kept it alive, and Antwerp knocked it out of bounds.
Saif has been a really good player coming off the bench for Tenerife all season long. Steiger. Saif, this time Saif fumbles the ball away. Sanders. Quick pass to Tate. Oh, shot! Look at it! He's come out on fire! And you talk about playing loose, playing free, and right now it looks like that's how they're playing.
Yeah, I mean, look at the numbers on the break. 3 guys on the break, they share it. He doesn't care, he's going up. And we've seen him in the season. He's a strong guy. He's undersized height-wise, straight through it.
Look at the crowd.
And you don't see him skip around and never really responding to that. He makes this, they're going to be right back there again in that emotional place. Exactly the type of thing Antwerp needed. They needed some positive emotion at the start of the game.
The former Ohio State Buckeye, loving the occasion. And again, this is the youngest team in the Basketball Champions League this season. Antwerp, so not a ton of experience at this level. Saif drives down the lane, catches the pass, and scores.
But even then, the pass was great. There were still 3 guys that rotated to it. They were just a little late. They've obviously made up their mind about how they're going to stop that because they're so productive on the pick and roll, Tenerife.
Well, Paris Lee taking on San Miguel is a good defender. Look at this. Moving his feet, loses his handle. Kalinowski takes a seat, and Hans van Wan comes into the game, another of the Belgian internationals.
Well, both teams rotating very early because Bathas is in the game at the point, Steiger's already in the game, Bayran's in the game, Gile's in the game. It's like they've literally moved to make 5 changes, and we're still in the 3 minutes in the first.
Here's Gile in the Belgian international. Puts his 3 fingers up in the air. You know he's probably got some fans in here.
Friends and family.
Yeah. I think I just saw a few of them stand up. There's Sanders. Pass, quick pass back to Tate. Oh! Two-handed blocker!
How well did they move off the ball? The finish was great, but everybody moved.
Bassis off the bench along with Bayran. Bayran passes, finds Gillette. Here at one Gillette, this time blocked by Kaczynski. Jason Tate now. Pulls it back out. Pass to Jaczynski. He's now going to go to work on Saif. Burns. And good D from the Spanish international.
First time in the game, yeah, they stood. Everybody stood and watched him play one-on-one. No one gave him a pass option.
Play kind of pushed off the spot there by Tate. Now Bayron goes up against Hans van Wan and passes it back to Bassas. Paris Lee guarding, comes up with the speed and knocks it away. Then he's fouled. And look at Paris Lee, boy, playing with a lot of emotion.
Starts with this defense, though. They did a great job at keeping everybody in front of them. Now, Bassas, again, that's not just an irrational decision. He knew he had to foul him before he went up. They go to the line anyway because they're in the bonus. Steiger's an interesting guy for me on this Tenerife team. His whole career is about spot-up shooting. He hasn't quite really got himself going. He's shown signs lately, but he could be a huge factor here if he starts knocking down shots. So much rotation early by Tenerife, though, that I really feel they had to.
Well, Iberostar Tenerife can put points on the board quickly. So even though they're down 6, but terrific start by the whole team tonight. Passes over to Bayron. They really work the perimeter. Look at it. Passes now. Puts it up from deep. Side kept it live. And Hans van Wan goes on the rebound.
strong penetration in the first place by doing what we know he's going to do, be emotional. There are some games, and there have been some games in the ACB recently where Tenerife have struggled to score. And they struggle to score when people keep them in front. So if their one-on-one defense has to be good, if you can keep them in front. The one thing they don't have a lot of is people who can break you down on the dribble. So if you can contain your man one-on-one, they end up having to make big shots. And that's the way the first quarter's gone. They've kept them in front of them, and no one's broken down the defense. And that's why the Iverson thing is so important. That's the only way they make penetration to the inside, through the pass to him.
Well, the 2 free throws push the lead to 20-12. 8 points, the biggest lead of the game for Antwerp. And Iberostar Tenerife with 49 seconds to go in the first quarter. Call timeout. That foul, by the way,
play hard in offense with ball and without ball. And they are defending hard, especially without ball, contact, catches, and only 2 fouls. They have only 2 fouls. We have 6 fouls. Who is the veteran team? What's the veteran team? We are the veterans. We are an experienced teams and players.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it's exactly the point we're making in the sense that they haven't really forced Tenerife to guard them. Or you could say Antwerp have done a great job at just keeping them out, of actually containing them on the dribble, never actually getting into a situation where they're beaten. A number of times we've seen the rotation from the help side fill the middle, and there's no way, and unless you can get dribble penetration in this situation, you're going to struggle. And that's, as I say, some teams in the ACB have worked Tenerife out, and that's the way they do it. Play them one-on-one, keep them in front of you, and make them make big shots. And normally Iverson is the man that breaks that mold by literally allowing pass penetration. Size, against guys his size, sometimes has a problem. He's done a great job for Spain, but he's an undersized big, and Antwerp have undersized big too, so it's a matchup for matchup thing.
And Dzerzhinsky is a very good undersized big coming off the bench. He might lose a little bit of size, but probably get a little bit more skill with his overall game.
That's what, and a little surprised that when they went small, Coach Federer didn't leave Iverson in for a little longer to see if he could actually be a bigger factor against a smaller guy. It's a very small ball game at the moment.
Akiazili's in the game as well. 20, he's guarding the ball. Tiger over to Sight, and that's looking pretty strong going up on the boards right now. A second good rebound for him. Almost another steal. The Iberostar Tenerife picking up the defense. Steiger closely guarding Sanders. Sanders puts it up from deep. And look at Dzerzhinsky sneaking in there and keeping the ball alive. Another opportunity for Antwerp. And Tate was out of bounds when he caught the ball. Midas will come back in, so no true center at all for Iberostar Tenerife. So Fanwan probably the biggest player in the court right now for either team, and that is how the quarter finishes. And 20-12 in favor of Antwerp, and that is going to make a lot of these fans happy as they stand up and applaud.
60% from 2. You know, they've taken 5 threes and haven't knocked those down, but like 5 from 5 from the line. And that's the thing we were talking about in terms of Tenerife aren't generating those situations. They're not getting to the line. They just cannot break them down on the defense. And it's normally what they would do is set a lot of screens. They run this really nice like a weave type scenario with a handoff that really gives the defense a problem. They haven't seen that yet. You normally see Iverson or someone roll into the bucket, but they have got no interior points, no real breakdown of the defense the whole of the quarter.
And again, when you also consider that their first 4 points came off steals and fast breaks.
Yeah, that really does demonstrate the issue.
Yeah.
In fact, they've probably got 6 points off their defense, 6 off their half court. And what have they done to take, like, Gilles made 1 3. It's like they haven't got anything anywhere else going. And even Javi Bayran, who's normally the guy they didn't go to, will put it on the floor and create shots. He's put it on the floor and had to pass it off. Moores has done it again. No surprise here. He's prepared a defense that he thinks is going to work, and his team are following it through.
Would you say this is the worst case scenario now for Iberostar Tenerife, that they've allowed the home team to come out, be a little bit free, build a little confidence?
Well, obviously, they could have, if their defense would have made them struggle to score, but Lee's got going, everybody's got going. So, yeah, it's the worst case. Plus now the crowd. Did the crowd really think that they were going to beat Tenerife when they walked through the door? I tell you what, they think they're going to beat them now. And that's something that grows off your crowd. And perfect start for Antwerp. But this is a former champion. They're going to come back with something. And Devin White's in the game for the first time. They've now played 11 players already in the first 11 minutes of the game.
White joined the team after the start of the season.
Same.
Ball goes out of bounds.
If you're playing Tenerife and Baron Bassis is the guy that's trying to beat you on the dribble, you've got an advantage. He's a very, very good guard, but he's not the guy you go, hey, he's great on the dribble.
That defense. Now Tate goes hard to the basket and scores. Sanders on White. White able to get it to Bayran. Then steps back for 3. Good rebound by Gilles. Open, go! And the hustle gets him 3 points.
You always say, don't you work hard and good things happen. And that's a great example of a great offensive rebound. Nice find by Bayran. Feet set, Gilles makes a second 3.
Stumpboard going to check in on the next dead ball for Antwerp. Sanders. Front line, bounce pass to Zinski.
And you know, as an undersized big, that's the move he would practice thousands and thousands and thousands of times. Nice entry, nice finish.
Abramitis drives in, takes a ball from Dajinski.
Difference that time, it was a pass and a quick decision. And they got Dujinski on a closeout. And his weight's going the wrong way. And Abramitis, as you'd expect, he's the guy stepping up, because in recent weeks he's been the guy knocking down the points. Van Wynn's been crucial here. With Bacco on 2 fouls, his contribution now is becoming absolutely vital. Done a really nice job.
And we were talking about him, perhaps his star not taking off like we had anticipated. He's such a great talent.
Yep.
But the opportunity has come to get the early minutes, and as you said, has come in and done what they needed him to do.
No one on this team plays more than 30 minutes. Lee plays more minutes, 29 minutes a game. Everybody makes a contribution. Like 9 guys getting over 16 minutes a game at times. It's like they really do subscribe to this team. It's a team. They actually work for each other within Moore's system.
Well, 4 of the 5 players on the court for Iberostar Tenerife were in that title-winning team a few years ago. And now Tate's pass goes over the head of Akasili.
That's a better defensive series. They had to go over him. They couldn't actually get penetration, and then 4 pass.
On-court number 7, guarding White. Gilles to Abramitis. Miguel's shot clock about to expire. He's going to have to launch it with the defense. I mean, it's a great observation that, Mark, when you talk about what Van is doing right now. I mean, you lose your center, then they bring in Dudzinski. Dudzinski still in the game, but in a way, anything you get from Van is a real bonus.
Yep, absolutely a bonus.
Dudzinski turns, travels.
Iverson's back in the game. I think this is it's going to be interesting to see how they cope now.
Also in
regularly, Tenerife, they're the best team in terms of field goal percentage against in the Basketball Champions League. They're going to throw in a quarter where they keep a team to 9-10 points. They just have to score themselves.
100%. And talking about how you're going to cope with it. Well, that wasn't coping well at all, was it?
Nope.
Now Tate is blocked and fouled as he attacks the basket. And you know what? If you go hard to the basket, especially if you're a player like Tate, good things are going to happen.
Absolutely right. And he knows he can't beat. He's got to beat him quick. He's got to go at him quick and get Iverson in the situation he got him there where he just wasn't quick enough to contain him. But he does that pretty well.
So San Miguel handing it off. Iverson, Tate misses. You know, Iberostar Tenerife, they're 12 points in the first quarter, joint lowest in the first quarter of the Basketball Champions League game. 2 times before that, they lost both games. But Tate doesn't take advantage, misses both free throws.
This is when you get into the snow. While things are going your way, you've got to take advantage, and that's what Antwerp have to do right now.
White. And foul called on Tate for holding on to Gillet.
This is exactly what Video really wanted. You wanted more physicality coming into the game, both ends of the floor. And already Antwerp with their 2 fouls, it took them the whole quarter to get to 4 fouls in the first. And now better signs here for Tenerife.
There's White. Stepping out of bounds was San Miguel. So they've had a 10-point lead. It's cut in half right now by 5. Very important part of the game for Antwerp. You don't want to lose the initiative, do you?
Absolutely. When you got this opportunity.
Harris Lee, meanwhile, still on the bench. When is he going to come back?
Well, that's the surprising one. You know what? Backo's got in the game because of fouls, but we thought Lee would have been back by now.
That's Van puts it up on the baseline. Great. Box out. No. They're going to call the foul on Dudzinski.
Yeah, I think it's right. He went underneath Iverson.
There he is.
Well, to be quite honest, it looked just like 2 guys going for it.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked pretty decent to me. So Dudzinski has to go out. And Moses comes into the game.
Wow. This will test the team thing. Moses' minutes are really low every week in terms of Basketball Champions League minutes. But you can see what help he could get. He's a big, big body.
Kingsley Moses. Also, Mamadou Niang is in now for Tenerife. He's a high flyer. He's usually going to get 1 or 2 alley-oop dunks whenever he plays. And here's his first opportunity. And he scores!
Well, they took most of the game so far to get something on the pick and roll. Now they've gone back-to-back on it and been successful.
Silly looking for space. Like the Doncor. Now Tate. One. In and out. Delay with the rebound. Tenerife can tie it with a 3. White. Over to Gillet. Tie game! And just like that, Tenerife have stormed back. And it's the Belgian, Gillet, who's born on the agony. He's got 9 points now, 3 of 4 from the floor, forcing Rule Moores to call timeout.
And we said
Stay cool, okay?
that
They have their run now, but it's based on mistakes we make in defense.
they will throw a quarter where they keep you like down to the 8, the 9 points, etc. This is that quarter, and they've managed to get their own offense going as well.
We gotta take it away. We gotta match up. We gotta match up. Okay?
He doesn't panic. As you just said, all he's got to do is match up, guys. That's what we did. We just matched up.
Here.
Now we're not matching up. Just scoring.
Here, take the lead, fight for position, horns down. Okay, horns down. He might be higher. He might be higher. Use position.
So this is real key point again in the game. I mean, you've been up by 10. Now you've been hitting the cut. Tenerife have come back and reminded them that they're the team with all the experience, their coach says. How do you respond if you're Antwerp?
Well, the best thing they've done is they're bringing Paris Lee back, which always gives you the chance, wherever you are on the shot clock, you've always got a chance to get a good look. The other thing Moores will be saying to himself here, Baco's on 2 fouls, I'm still tied up. I built a lead, I'm all right. We just got to get back to playing some defense. Lee's gone back in. We're not even at the half yet. We're right in it. That's the way he'll look at it. What he do is he just needs to tick it over. Tenerife can shut you down.
He's gotten his starters a lot of rest. So they're going to finish now here. Moses left open and goes in and out.
Jeff, the last 4 offenses, Van Wyn with 2 tough ones. That doesn't look like a box-out foul to me.
Yeah, so it kind of
they level themselves out.
Being consistent. Yeah.
But Van Wyn took a tough jumper. We get a replay of it. Yeah, he pushed it.
Yeah. Good job.
Moses takes a 3. If you're Coach Iberostar, say, hey, these guys are the guys we want to take shots.
Great second effort by Moses just to keep the ball alive.
The way you described Tate right at the beginning of the game, what does he give you? What's the answer? Well, you have the answers. Tate's going to outwork people, comes up with the offensive rebound. He struggles from the free throw line sometimes, but...
and he is tonight.
Yeah. What's that, 2 for 5, I think?
1 for 4 from the line tonight. Now an offensive foul on White.
Games become, whether it's Tenerife's defense, but the games become very, very disjointed. There was a rhythm to the game in that first quarter when Antwerp had the chance to run and try and score in transition. Tenerife have just said, we're not playing that way, we're going to make it a half-court game. And now it's become a real effort for both teams to get things going.
Well, Glizic took the time to explain to Iberostar why he made the call. Now Iberostar is letting him know what he thinks about it.
That's an unusually high number for Tenerife. 8 turnovers before the half. That's very young.
Lee left his feet, was nowhere to pass it. Great hustle back by Kalinowski to come up with a steal. Sanders shakes and bakes. Gets inside. Good D by Gillet. And San Miguel again intercepts the pass. Bounces it over to Brasino. He misses. Yang flies in, doesn't get it. And then out of bounds.
Yeah.
Inactivity with no points.
They come up empty on a 2-on-1.
Brasino's got to finish that. And that was Kalinowski. Pass. Fans getting on Iberostar as he comes out to again voice his disapproval. Brasino got the rebound. I did not see Kingsley Moses coming in and being a big factor tonight. He's not shy, is he?
Nope.
Brasino for three. And Yang bats the ball over to White and gets it to San Miguel. Bounce pass. Foul by Sanders. 2.9 seconds left on the shot clock.
And that, to me, like, sums up the biggest difference in the way that Antwerp aren't as effective defensively. They were late on the rotation on the pick and roll again. And instead of being there to take away the option like they were earlier in the game, they have to foul because they're late.
Schupinen's going to come back in for Tate.
Well, Tate gave this team exactly what he has to. Energy, some great work on the glass, very aggressive going to the hoop on penetration. That's what he does. And he also can't make free throws. And those are the things they'll look back on in the halftime locker room, saying, "Hey, we could have had a lead here. They still could."
Well, some free throw misses tonight.
Well, Moores is going to make a big call, Jeff, because Baco's coming back into the game with 3:13 to go, with 2 fouls.
Antwerp 5 of 8 at the line, and 3 of 4 at the line for Tenerife. Moses over to Paris Lee. Clock winding down. Lee launches it. And good hustle by Schupinen, but that Midas comes down with it. Again, Tenerife pushing quickly. Javier Bayron passed up the shot. Now a foul called Kalinowski.
They're in the bonus, right? I thought they were in the bonus.
5 team fouls now on Antwerp, 4 on Tenerife. So he is indeed going to the line. So Tenerife can take the lead this trip down the floor. Abramitis makes the first to tie it up at 26. Low scoring game to this point. Left open. Well, that's a shot. Clearly, the Moores wants him to take.
Sometimes there's a question, you want to take it that early with that guy, and then in terms of the percentages he shoots.
Bayron backing up Sanders. And Sanders scores, although Yang went up to try to make sure it went down. I think they're going to give the basket to, is it Bayron?
Bayron, yeah.
So Tenerife down by 10, now taking a 28-26 lead. And Yang knocks the ball off the rim into the hands now of Bayron. Points very hard to come by now for Telenet Giants Antwerp.
It's one of the places they go when they're struggling. Normally he'll just, as he did before, he'll take that little running hook. Went to the baseline, draws the contact, he's going to go to the free throw line.
That was Bayron, who scored the previous trip down.
Yeah.
So timeout for Antwerp. Well, In fact, they gave the points to Mamadou Niang on the dunk, instead of to Bayron. They called it a miss.
Guys,
they called it Bayron not a miss.
That's a little harsh.
Here it is. This looks like it was going in, right?
Yeah.
Watch this.
Definitely going in.
You go on the left side a little bit,
over
slightly on the left,
Yeah, yeah.
slightly on the left.
But anyway, the flush given to Niang, and Delay has been tough tonight with the 9 points. He scored 7 points in his 4 previous playoff games this season.
The flair for time on this side.
He's already surpassed.
Hey, we need rhythm again in offense, guys. Defensively, it's okay, but we don't have rhythm anymore.
Tim Abramitis is
Play with rhythm, guys.
Yeah.
Let's go, guys.
I mean, like you said, there are, if you look through the Basketball Champions League this year, there have been quarters where they just shut teams down. They kept Jerusalem to 10 in a quarter. It was a crucial quarter that really broke open their quarterfinal game. So they can do this to teams. But Antwerp stopped that freedom, like you talked about in that first quarter. They came down the floor, they ran, they moved the ball, they penetrated, and they lost a little bit of rhythm when Lee was out in the game. But Moores knows this is a 40-minute game, and he's down 2, and okay, Bako's back in the game, which is an interesting decision. But
yeah, definitely. But I guess he feels like he needs to finish this half strong. Abramitis, by the way, now the best rebounder in the history of basketball playoffs. Throw these stats at you.
Team of people coming up with stats. They will not get it again because they line violated. This game is fraught with lots of unusual errors for these two teams. Both these two teams are very efficient. They're not the sort of errors they make. San Miguel, Jeff, is literally face guarding me.
As you would expect, it's Paco quickly with Sanders. Right! And he's out of bounds.
Yep.
Oh, no. Going to call the foul. Oh no, he stuck his foot out. That's what he called. Trying to get the foul call. But instead, he's called the foul on Sanders.
Called an offensive foul hat.
But he's sticking his leg out to try to get the contact.
So, but he's called it loose ball, so he's let the ball go. It's an interesting, interesting.
Justice prevails on that miss.
Yes, because the ball never lies, I think, as coaches say all the time.
58.8 seconds to go. First half. Miguel misses both.
Another lane violation.
And the lane violation on Tenerife. So, kind of an odd finish to the first half, to put it mildly.
There's one way to get the ball to Paris League, get it to him there, and San Miguel to go.
Hands it off to Kalinowski. Gets it back to Lee. Trying to keep him. Follow up. This pass. Shooting knocked out of bounds by San Miguel. So Tenerife's defense really making life difficult.
They just asked him so many questions on that play. He gets chased. Then they're asking, do you want to take the tough floater? Do you want to find someone? Everyone's rotating.
Unwind. Saying Bayron stepped over the line.
Yeah. Is he asking for a 14 or is he? He's not going to get it anyway.
Well, they're going to get the alley-oop to Bako. No, he's going to come down with it and still get blocked by Niang. So Niang has been a real factor in the second quarter for Tenerife. Quick pass, Bayron scores. Now the lead is 5 for Tenerife. They trail 31-26 at halftime. Iberostar Tenerife.
Well, stat-wise, 9% from the three-point line. They can't get anything to drop. I think that's down to who they offered the shot to. Everything else is going to be like pretty even. Tenerife, again, as always, will share the basketball with the eight assists. And leading scorer of 9 points, Brazile, with those 3-3. Tate is all over the stat line.
You had a great first half. What do you think the key's going to be for the second half?
Definitely, we got to get our rhythm back on offense. You know, we were flowing in the first half, first quarter, first minutes, and then we just lost it. I think defensively, 31 points is okay, but we got to do more on the offensive end.
Are the fans really driving you on?
Say that again?
Are the fans really driving you on?
Yeah, definitely. We got to do a better job of getting them involved. You know, we're having too many slow-paced offensive sets, and we got to get them going because that has an ability to hurt them. Yep.
Well, that's exactly what we were saying, Jeff, in terms of losing their rhythm in that second quarter. And you've got to credit the little 2-2-1 trap just to slow down the tempo.
That was a great comeback in the second quarter. What was the key to that?
I mean, that's clearly the defense. They score only, I think, 6 or 5 points in the second quarter. So that's it. We have to play hard defense and control their offense and their rhythm. So if we put our rhythm, we're going to win the game.
Well, both guys talked about rhythm, Jeff. And that sums up to me that it became a Tenerife game in the second half.
Well, something's going to have to change, definitely. I mean, defensively, clearly, Iberostar Tenerife were just not giving anything away in that second quarter. And they limited this Antwerp team, get this, to 6 points. 6 second quarter points. And in turn, what was a 10-point deficit with a 5-point lead.
And it's not that hard to do that if you're only keeping some of the 6. And that was just, we said they can literally lock you down. They did. Tenerife have to get out and run again. Get the rhythm back. Hopefully people won't get into foul trouble. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. They've got a big chance. They've shown how they can do it. They've had their bad moment. They're still in 5 down.
Well, this is the Basketball Champions League Final Four. The first semifinal combined for Segafredo just belong to winning it 67-50. Rosa Bamber, just a terrific defensive effort. They will face the winner of this game. The semifinal, which is right now being led 31-26 by Antwerp. Everything's looking good for the home team at the end of one. After they opened up a 20-12 lead. In fact, they went up by 10 points. But in that second quarter, they scored 6. And as you said, Mark, it was a case of lockdown completely. You need to try to get out and run, try to raise some pounds with the run defense. And
Your team had a great second quarter. What did you say to them in the changing room?
Now we talk about our good job in the second quarter. They start very well the game, controlling the rhythm, offense and defense. But in the second quarter, we improve in our defensive rebound. We improve in our defense against all the key players. And we have to keep this in this third quarter and improve in the free throws line.
Thank you. Your team had a first great quarter and not so good in the second quarter. What did you have to say to your team?
Well, I think we played really with great rhythm first quarter. Second quarter, they raised their intensity. We didn't respond well. We forgot some simple executions defensively, also allowing also some offensive rebounds. So I think the main target is staying in there defensively and refining that rhythm offensively.
Thank you.
Well, there you see Pierre-Antoine Gillet, for Iberostar Tenerife. He's been one of the positive factors here playing in his homeland, scoring 9 points. He's had an exceptional, almost extraordinary opportunity, he said, to go to be able to play in Spain's Liga Endesa with such a great organization as Iberostar Tenerife. And he's come out tonight, scored 9 points. Also grabbed 3 rebounds, and Marcus, you look back at it, you were talking about perhaps a strategy from Iberostar Tenerife is like, listen, let's don't let their main guys beat us. If the other guys, some of their other guys are open, we'll give them some shots. Look at Paris Lee's father, who's made the trip, along with his mom. They'll be hoping that he opens it up a little bit. He's only got 4 points, but he sat for a long time in that first half.
And far be it from us to give Coach Morris too hard a time about anything, but there was parts of that where you think, well, maybe, okay, he's looking at the whole game, maybe he needs to spend time on the bench so he can get through the whole game, but by the time he came back into the game, they had lost any momentum and any rhythm.
And even he had kind of lost his
everything
a little bit.
But it's like, they only scored 6 points in that second quarter, yet they still only trail 5.
And they could easily come out now and just, even race back in front.
Oh, and it's Bacco has to stay in the game. I think his rotations, he's going to have to go shorter on his rotations because it's clear Lee needs to get more shots. It doesn't matter if they're face guard him, whatever. It doesn't matter. He's got to get more shots. And they have answers, but at the end of the day, I think they've got to be right on it defensively because they did pick up points off their defense in the first quarter, and the whole game had more flow to it. And then 15,000 people are going to get involved in the game.
Yeah, they got to give them a reason to get involved. And again, only down by 5 points, but clearly all of that momentum just evaporated in that second quarter. Well, second half action underway here at the Basketball Champions League Final Four, the second semifinal of the night. And it's Antwerp starting things off and getting a three-pointer. Tyler Kalinowski.
He has to step up because Lee did a good job getting the ball. He had the ball a lot, which means everyone's honest. And Kalinowski can shoot the basketball. He needs to step up.
And defensively, they've got to be strong too. Their coach, Will Moore, is saying they made some mistakes on this end of the floor in that second quarter when they kind of lost the initiative in the game. They were outscored 19-6.
Tenerife have decided not to deny Lee the ball until when he gives it up, but he needs to go get it now.
Here's Kalinowski. Again, puts it up, high arcing shot. And that was a tough shot.
Just to all intents and purposes, Jeff, it becomes a 4-on-4 game. You've taken out the best player you have. He needs the basketball. First possession, had it, created a good opportunity.
Maybe Lee can get him going defensively. Bayron, meanwhile, misses from the left corner. Here's Lee. His parents looking on not far away. And Schuppenen fouled in the paint.
I assume they're going to call San Miguel for that foul, yeah.
So back to live action. Kalinowski and Brasino with the foul.
It's a much better feel already to the Antwerp offense. You know, a lot of that is down to the fact that apart from one set, Lee's had the ball in his hands.
There's Lee. Sanders. Bayron snuck in there and got the board. Bayron going to work on Kalinowski. Passes it back outside to Gillet. And the Belgian international once again strokes it. And they know that's his forte. That was a two, in fact.
Yeah, long two.
Now Sanders just loses it out of bounds.
And that's not how Antwerp have made it to this Final Four, with too much dribble and not actually challenging the defense.
So that's a woeful turnover.
Yeah.
Now quick pass to Bayron.
Now they're allowing, there's too much time here. In that first quarter, they just knuckled down and forced Tenerife to make quicker decisions. That's just too easy.
Schuppenen puts it on the deck, then gets it to Baco. Brasino got a hand on it. Kalinowski now back to Baco, who forces one up at the end of the shot clock. Just when it looked like Antwerp were starting to get things back in order, Iberostar Tenerife start to come strong, and they get a basket from Bayron.
It's almost become like a trademark, that little run and hook he gets going to the middle. 7 points personal for him.
Sanders back to Baco, and this time he says, no mistake on this one. He wanted a foul as well. 4 points for Baco. There's Lee trying to get something with his defense. Brasino hands it off to Iverson. As the defense collapsed, Iverson rolled and was wide open.
Makes a big hole. When he rolls and holds his space, you need a ticket to get rounded.
Kalinowski does a good job of holding on to that with Brasino's quick hands knocking the ball away. Here's Sanders. Sanders having a tough third quarter. up in the crowd and says, "Vamos, let's go." And forces a timeout. And assistant coach Christoph Began over there giving some low fives, trying to get the confidence back.
27 points off the bench, and Bayran's come up with double digits on those on his own.
0 fouls,
And
you let him go 5, 6, 7, 8 dribbles. In that two sides.
And that 15% from the three-point line is now looking even a worse figure. It's going to really be into her. The great thing about Tenerife in the postseason, they had to come back in those two games. Okay, they only lost by 1 or so in Jerusalem. Once he finds a set that works, so in Jerusalem they ran their weird stuff and Iverson. Now they've got this shuffle cut to get Bayran in the low post. They just keep running it to death. Like, you stop us. If you don't stop us, we're going to keep running it. So Bayran's either scored or kicked to Gillet on every possession. And as he says in the timeout, Moore says in the timeout, he's taking 6, 7, 8 dribbles. We're supposed to attack the ball. Why aren't you attacking the ball? And it's almost as though, like, Videoret will just say, if they don't stop us, why change it? It's not broken, we'll keep doing it. And when you've got someone as smart as Harry Bayran, he'll take that little run in hook, draws the defense. Gillet is a good shooter. I'll give him the ball this time. There literally is just a clinic, and he's a small forward playing in the low post. You know, he's fundamental to this team. He's one of the faces of this team. He's one. You know, it's a great situation for him and the club.
No doubt about it. When he was injured, now they really missed him. Here's Lee, falls down. Now San Miguel falls down. Over to Tate. Kalinowski steps into another one. They're having to work hard for everything they can get, but they'll take it.
Yeah, and like, Paris Lee needs the ball because at least then it's 5-on-5 and they're playing him honest.
Bayran drives in once again. It's like a broken record, isn't it?
Yep.
It stopped play because Vidoretta and his assistants ran out on the court and were telling him they needed to mop up some moisture.
It's when Paris
San Miguel, yeah, that was it right there. They don't want to slip and get hurt.
There are good signs here, though, for Antwerp. When Paris Lee is becoming much more, I'm going to get the ball, like right now. When he gets it, it's 5-on-5, and they're a much more effective team.
He's driving in. Oh! You called it, Mark. Right down the lane. And when they tried to stop him, he just threw it up for Big Baco. Kalinowski going for the steal. Now trying to harass Bayran a long way from the basket. Bayran. He gets it to Colton Iverson. And Iverson doesn't finish. They rode their luck a little bit there. Antwerp. Tate for 3, no to Sanders. Steps into a 3, too long. And then Kalinowski fouls Gillet. Is that a shot you want?
Oh, yeah, you have to. I mean, if Sanders doesn't take that, he's not going to give you that much at all. The good decision was Tate's. He's not a great three-point shooter. Gives it up to Sanders wide open. He just, you know, at this level, he's just got to make something. If he stops shooting it, he may as well not be out there. I like the lineup they have in the game now with Lee on the floor, with Zinski in the game with Bacco. They've got a little bit more firepower on the inside. And Tate's emotion. This lineup is very, very effective for Antwerp. Can be.
Yeah, can be. Got turned up now. San Miguel, though, loses it. Now, some transition and opportunity. Paris Lee for 3, no. Tate goes up for the rebound. couldn't bring it down with so many yellow shirts challenging him. I have to say, you know, San Miguel just is such a hard worker. And I mean, he might not have the flair or the panache of a lot of guards, but one thing you know you're going to get from him is he's going to give the other guard a hard game.
And what a great example for any kid. If you want to play, work on your basic stuff.
Here's Yang, passes back out. Yep.
Work hard, you're going to be in a great place. You know, San Miguel's been a veteran in the ACB.
Back to Jasinski, who's in the game now, and a three-pointer. And that intensity starting to ratchet up a little bit here for Antwerp and their fans. Now, interesting matchup here with Yang and Baco. Chance of defense ringing throughout the arena. Abramitis misses. Yang challenged Baco, but Baco rebounded it. Now here comes Tate in the open floor and draws the foul.
Well, Tate said it, Jeff, didn't he? Like rhythm, we need that rhythm, we need to get going again. He's out there on the glass, he's out there on the break, he's giving them that. And this lineup really does give him a chance to get right back in this.
That foul on Abramitis. And this was the drive that led to the alley-oop pass and the dunk. So Baco comes out after good work. And Baco is going to sit down here for how long, we don't know.
I think this will be one of those, take the 2 minutes and the quarter break, and then you're ready to go at the beginning of the fourth.
So coming in for him is Trevor Thompson.
Thompson's the normal sort of like the next man on the rotation as opposed to Moses. And Thompson's had some good moments.
So back to a three-point game now after Tate goes 1 of 2.
Abramitis was so smart on the play. Like Zinski was like jumped a little bit. No, I'm going to slip, and the only answer was to foul him. That's just heads up.
Now, interestingly, now with Kalinowski out, it's really your only creator is Paris Lee.
Yep.
Although Tate can put the ball on the deck and go to the basket. And Abramitis catches it really close to the basket and scores.
Well, they decided they almost didn't know if they were going to switch or stay, and they did neither.
Paris Lee dribbles, alley-oop, and Thompson again! Well, they're getting some joy with those rolls to the basket. Back to a three-point game. Yang sets the high pick, passes back to Yang! Well, Hans van Wijn against Brasino, no, gives it to Tate. Shot clock winding down. And we talk about perhaps a lack of creativity when you bring, you know, you've got one guard on the court right now.
I mean, it's a lot to watch. Leah's being harassed and chased over every inch of this floor. But when the ball is not in his hands, his team struggles, and Van Wijn just showed why.
Here's an interesting one. Mamadou Niang is now the third best shot blocker in basketball Champions League history. Wow, 42. That is impressive. Yeah. And it really does underline that this guy means a lot to this team. Bounce pass. Abramitis. There's Niang. going up for the rebound. He is just does a lot of things around the hoop that make him indispensable, really, for this team coming off the bench.
Absolutely, and it's like, it tells you what it is about. Pro basketball is about doing your job, and Yank does his job, and he knows what it is, and he's always 3 or 4 feet from the ring, both ends of the floor, sets decent screens, rolls really hard, and just works so hard on the glass.
So, singing his praises, now Yang is going to go out, and Iverson comes back in. Tenerife have won 94% of their games in which Yang has played 10 or more minutes in Basketball Champions League history. 16 wins in 17 games. So that is a favorable stat for them tonight. Tate faults. He had batted it away. It's going to be Tenerife ball with 3.7 seconds to go.
See, I'm almost like...
That ball went off Bayron.
Yeah, if you're going to call, if you're not going to make a call about what happened, then it should be an Antwerp ball.
Well, Brasino left open. And Abramitis kept it alive. And that is how the third quarter finishes. 47-42. Each team scoring 16 points in that frame.
Both teams had to work very, very hard for him. The numbers are getting slightly better on the three-point line for Antwerp, but 60%. Tenerife are not exactly lighting it up from deep, only around 27% themselves. And for a team that is normally so efficient, you've got to give Antwerp the credit. They've taken them out of what they want to run. They just had that very, very poor second quarter. The game is right there now for them. 5 points. We're worried about some of the minutes. Guys have had time on the bench. The only guy that's got the whole quarter there is Paris Lee. It's just like, I don't really care how tired he is. He has to play if they have a chance to get through.
Yeah, the good thing you'd have to say if you're an Antwerp fan is, while you haven't made any progress in terms of like cutting into that halftime deficit, the deficit had grown a little bit in that third quarter. But they stayed tough mentally, stayed in the game, and they've given themselves a chance going into this fourth quarter.
Well, they went through that period, didn't they, where Tenerife just gave the ball to Bayron, and Bayron just scored or kicked, and it was a double-digit lead all of a sudden. Well, they stopped that. They found a way to stop that. Moore's made an adjustment, but I think it was more of an adjustment about having the right lineup in the game. How many of the 10 minutes can he have that right lineup in the game? I think, Lee may have to go the whole second half. Bako's got to probably go. I'm surprised Bako's not going to. He is going to start the quarter. If he doesn't start the quarter, I'd be surprised.
I just think they need another guard out there.
Well, the Kaliniski in the back court, he's knocking down open shots.
The problem is Sanders kind of lost his rhythm. He was ineffective in that third quarter. So you take him out, and then Kalinoski goes out, and then all of a sudden, you've got Paris Lee.
So you lose all the benefit when Lee's taking people off the dribble, everyone reacts, getting open shots. If they're not going to step up and make them.
But if he can get the ball and get some penetration, then maybe pass to his teammates. That's their best option.
This lineup, well, I hope they're still 5 down when they start the rotation, because then they have a real chance.
Tenerife staying with Brasino, now San Miguel back in, Yang, Bayron, and Gillet. San Miguel passes over to Brasino. Oh, and he hits a three and fouled by Thompson. We've seen it happen so many times this season, a player of his ilk taking a three, and the other team is so concerned that they get out and they foul him.
I think, again, he's done such a good job with his team. I think he's going to have to say, look, let's put the right guys in the game, and if they run out of steam, they run out of steam. If he's saving them, it's going to be too big a hole.
Sino makes the free throw, and back to a 9-point game. Hans van Wijn inside Tate, who gets it to Sanders, gets it to Thompson, but he couldn't catch the ball.
I don't think Thompson was expecting the pass at all. He's right at the ring. Well, he was expecting it, had his hands up, just didn't catch it.
Well, they've got to really lock down on this end now. Coming up on a minute into the fourth quarter. Tenerife threatening to open up a big lead. Gillet goes hard, puts it up quickly before the shot clock, and Yang almost tapped that in. Tate for three. Jasinski battles, but Yang got a hand on it, continues to make plays. 7 points and 3 rebounds for Yang in just over 10 minutes. Bayron, his pass right into the hands of Hans van Lent, who drives in, takes the bump, and then puts it up, misses, gets it back, and was fouled.
Got to finish this play. Gets away with a big walk though on the third step, but by the time he let the ball go, it's a 2-foot wide open layup that he blew. And they're in a hole right now. Not a deep hole. They need to start. They need to stop digging. And this guy needs the ball.
Well, look at the hands of Tenerife up and knocking it out of bounds. Bayron. Virtus Bologna awaits the winner of this game in the final. Rosa Bamberg will play in the third place game against the loser. Here's Paris Lee. And Jasinski gets the rebound. Tate drives hard, puts it up.
A lot of finished plays, Jeff. You're 9 down. You've had 2 plays at the ring. You've come up empty on both. He's going to have to go to the free throw line, and we know he. Let's just say it's an interesting journey for him on the free throw line. And the journey, unfortunately, continues. What's that, 1 for 5 now?
No, he's made a couple. Made 3, I think, in fact. No, 2 of 7.
25% from the line, and you're down 9.
You went from a potential 3-point play to no points.
Yep.
That's a killer.
Twice, in fact. You know, like, man, win at the ring, him at the ring.
Here's Bayron. And Paris Lee gets in. And what makes it worse is the fact that Brasino got a 4-point play.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, you're talking about Tenerife. This is a team that, you know, a lot of these players have been in this situation before. They've won the title.
Yep.
And Yang is among them. You know, he's one of those guys that was there in that first year. And, you know, he's been probably as important as anybody tonight.
Yeah, absolutely right. He's, you know, we were talking about Iverson before the game. It's the Yang that's come up with impact plays.
Here's Iverson. He gets blocked as he goes for it. So 2 free throws coming. You can see the frustration starting to show on some of the faces of these fans.
So this is crucial now. There's 7:33 to go, and they're looking around for something to happen. They missed the couple of plays. When they've gone down here, they're fouled, and then they're fouled again. And Tenerife haven't had to do anything great to increase the lead. And Lee's had to sit and needs a blow.
And now you miss a free throw and an offensive rebound, and Brasino hits the 3, and it turns out to be a 4-point trip down the floor. And the nightmare scenario now, 55, 42, 13 points. The lead. And if there's one player again that you simply, well, there's 2 players, him, Brasino and Gillet, you can't leave them open.
And that's an an 8-0 type turnaround with the and-one, the free throw, the whole thing. Totally avoidable just by boxing out, and just by making layups. And that's the margins we're talking about right now.
Well, it's been Brasino and Delay that have hit the threes. They're the only players. Brasino now 3 of 5 from deep. Delay 3 of 4.
And there's one of the differences between the teams. And Brasino's making it. Why is he open taking them? You know, like Paris Lee, they want to stop him, so they stop him. That's it. Other guys may step up and make, whereas Brasino, he's been open on the last 2. Now that was a tough one, just an offensive rebound situation, but.
Well, 13 points of deficit, still time, but they've got to get some execution on offense, and they've got to really knuckle down on defense.
Well, someone, it's the only guy in the game. Without Lee in the game, someone else has got to step up, and it's hard to see where those points are going to come from without Lee on the floor.
Well, Jasinski can put the ball in the basket. He's going to work. Gets knocked away, though, trying to do too much, perhaps. Bayron again, going back to that. Foul called on Bayron. Yeah, that's a good call. He called him with his left elbow, didn't he?
What Video Redev was saying was what happened first. You know, did the guy reach in, which caused Bayron to protect it? What Coach Moores is going to be happy about is he just didn't allow him to have all those dribbles.
Moores saying, get back, guys. You got to help him. Throw the ball in bounds. Kalinowski. Puts it up from 3. Good. Back to 10 points.
Moores is going to bring Lee back, and he has to. And Sanders is coming too. It's one of those now or never moments, I think.
Bayron, see if he can post up Tate. That'd be an accomplishment. Now he's going to pass to Iverson. Probably a better matchup for Antwerp with Tate on him. And now the shot clock expires. So good defensive stand that time. Kalinowski, by the way, 3 of 4 from three-point range now. And that was Tate just kind of beating him to the spot.
Yep. Well, you know, you got to hope now Sanders comes in with some positive thought. He could be a huge addition there. Everyone on the floor that's a scorer is on the floor for Antwerp. Tate's out there as well, so this is the lineup that can get him back in the game. Still only a 10-point margin.
Well, Lee splits the defense, hands it off, and unfortunately for Antwerp, they called a foul. Foul on Gillet, taking the leg out. Shot clock about to expire. Sanders. Baco kept it alive, puts it back, hands it off to Tate. I tell you, there's no substitute for second effort, is there?
Absolutely right. Baco just wanted it more than anyone else on the floor.
And that gets it back to 8 points. Suddenly we've got a game again. Paris Lee fouls Bayron. And that is foul number 3.
And the point you were making, we see the foul about Niang, like the game is now tied, they're coming back in it. The guy who's done best, Video already goes back to him. So your point about Niang is so right. He's the guy doing it today, so he gets to play.
Masses is passed blocked by Baco. Why can't Baco just go up and just take that ball rather than swat it out of bounds?
I always think that. Sometimes, go up softer with 2 hands, catch it. It's easy for us to say.
Yeah. Chile short. Baco with the rebound. He's making a difference on the boards now. Paris Lee gets in. Oh. The ball is blocked. I thought it went off the glass. And somehow the scrap for the ball. And it's going to be a jump ball.
Stays with Antwerp.
So Antwerp will keep it.
What a block, though.
Look at this. That looked like it went off the glass.
I think I think so.
Here it is again.
Yeah, just.
Great block. I mean, we talked about it, 3rd all-time leading shot blocker in basketball Champions League history, Yang.
Yeah, he came from a distance as well. Made a lot of ground up. Big 14 seconds this. Because they've got it to 8, scoring here, they're right back in.
Lee puts it up from deep. Tate kept it alive, but a foul. Coming through the lane. Watch Tate come from the left.
Yeah.
Going for the ball. And kind of collided with Bassas.
A large chunk of Bassas with it.
So that's now 14 fouls on Antwerp. So both teams now over the limit. Any more fouls will send them to the line. Midas haven't said his name much in the second half tonight. He's in the game. Javier Bayron flirting with the turnover. Bassas with a little runner. Baco hands it off, and Oscar, I thought he was going to throw it back to Baco, but he took the jump shot. And he's just keeping Kalinowski really doing a good job of making some shots and keeping his team in the game. They are starting to run out of time.
It's down this end there, they've got to get stops.
Can't allow any more open looks. This time they almost had the turnover. Oh, that is a killer! An absolute killer! They thought they had the turnover, and Bayron drills the 3 as time expired. Now Tate goes in for the dunk. He misses, but Baco gets it back, and he draws the foul from Yang.
You got to hand it to Baco. He doesn't stop playing, does he? Everyone's looking at the best dunk. He's still going after it. There's the off the back of the ring. Baco's already moving for it. Finds himself on the free throw line.
Well, really, I mean, you can't fault Tate. I mean, that's how you have to attack Yang, or else he's going to block it.
Yep. They can't do any more than they just did, though. They almost got the turnover. The ball just happened to fall to Bayron, who's good enough to knock the shot down.
Yeah, absolutely. What can you say about Bayron? He's been terrific.
Well, to me, he's the guy that epitomizes Tenerife basketball. He's been there for a while now.
He's got team-high 14 points tonight.
And literally almost every possession in that low-post cut, he's touched the basketball. The woes still continue from the free throw line. And when they look at this, they're down 11. They've missed far too many free throws. Baco's missed the first.
So neither team has shot it well from the line, but it's proved more ruinous for Antwerp. We trail by 10 points.
Still time if they get stopped.
Kalinowski called for a hold.
And in situations like that now, they're in a very deep hole in terms of 3:11 to go. You can't then come up with a soft foul with 9 seconds left on the possession. Trust your defense. Get in the lane. See if you can make things happen that way.
line continue as well. He's now 1 of 3. Tenerife 7 of 14. Now Irish is 1 of 4. Tate looked like he was going to go all the way. That time he's doing too much. Trying to do too much.
Harris Lee needs the ball. Doesn't matter if he doesn't score with it, but he needs the ball.
Passes back to Miguel. Now Persino found by Kalinowski with 11 on the shot clock.
And this is the experience you've talked about, you know, pretty much throughout the game. This is Tenerife trying to manage a game, and they're as good as you can get at managing time and managing the situation. Get it deep into the shot clock, eat up as much time.
The way they pass it around the perimeter, it's almost as if you're going to hear an ole. 60 to 50, 2:46 remaining. Tenerife, good bets to advance to the final to face Segafredo versus Bologna, but still time for Antwerp if they can get some stops.
So 1/2 court offense, and then we speed it up from there on. Okay? We're gonna, even in this lineup, we switch all ball speeds, switch everything and be aggressive.
Often you come into final fours talking about great players and great situations, but both these games are being dominated by defense. And you've got to give credit to the way the coaches make adjustments. It's tough after over a season, you know each other so well. Who can make the adjustments? Tenerife made an adjustment in game defensively. 6 points in the second, only 8 points in the fourth. As soon as they two to go, it's a credit to the coaching in terms of the preparation. There's still time though, isn't it? 10-point game, you've got Paris Lee. If he gets the ball, they can score quickly. But just in this quarter, Jeff, Tate Smith's layup, Tate Smith's dunk. It's not as if it's not been there with Antwerp having a real chance and a real shot at this. They just might run out of time if they get some momentum now, but there's still enough time.
Well, Persino, and you know, it's been a tale of incredible shot making by Tenerife tonight as well. With Persino with the 4-point play, with Bayron hitting the 3 out of a crazy situation where, you know, Antwerp almost took the ball and went the other way. Sanders drives in, tries to make it.
And there's those defensive rules. Even though he hasn't shot well, chase him off the 3-point line. Make him put it on the floor and trust your teammate, in this case Iverson, to come across and challenge the shot. And then you have another weak foul with 9 seconds on the clock. That ole, ole, ole from the Spanish fans is ringing around here.
Yeah. I think it must have heard me. So, San Miguel, who deserves a lot of credit for his defense tonight.
Yeah.
At the line.
I'll tell you what sums up for me. On the weekend, he had 23 points.
Yeah.
It was an offensive game for him at the weekend against Juventud, and then he shows up here. I'm just going to play.
That had to be a career high, 23.
In the ACB, probably for him, yeah. They had a big win against Juventud in terms of getting back in the playoffs. So this week, this game, I'm going to show up. I've got to play defense. My game is to score tonight.
And he's got 3 steals, 7 assists to go with 4 points.
And he's worked Lee every inch of the floor.
And now, with 2 minutes to go, it's looking like it's going to be Segafredo Virtus Bologna against Iberostar Tenerife. And the dream season for Antwerp starting to fade. Kalinowski quickly to Baco. They hustle back. Persino knocked it away. Persino's been terrific as well. 14 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. overall, it's just been a terrific team effort tonight for this team in yellow. Brasino almost had another 4-point play opportunity there.
It looked like a 4-point play. It looked like he got fouled as he released it.
Well, you know he could shoot it. And your coach is telling you, you got to get a hand in the face. It's been a, you know, Antwerp are not going to win this game tonight, but it's been a great night of Belgian basketball, hosting the Basketball Champions League Final Four. And they're going to have to settle for a spot in the third place game unless something crazy happens over the final minute 16. Davin White checks into the game. Zilli goes in, fouled. So many positives, though, you could talk about for this. Well, he was fouled, it looked like, before by Davin White. So many positives for Iberostar Tenerife. Oh. I mean, you know, where do you want to start? Do you want to start with Yang? Do you want to start with Gillet coming in? You know, not just making shots, but rebounding, Brasino scoring, Bayron. You know, and it's that type of team that they have where you have the MVP of the quarterfinals for all the teams, Tim Abramitis, who has 5 points.
And it's just not his turn tonight.
Yeah, it's not his turn.
Yeah, my job this week, I've just got to play.
Exactly.
It's not my turn to score. It's like Brasino gets the shots. That's for me, with only 2 guys averaging double digits, and then 7 guys average between 7 and 9 points. This is just, whose turn is it? And then you've got one of the best offensive brains in coaching Europe, video read systems, and as he showed in this game, this is working. My player is good enough. I'm going to give Javi Bayram the advantage in the low post, that he's going to make decisions, but I'm putting him there. And then they just execute.
Well, White fouled Kalinowski, attempting the 3. You know, on the plus side for this Antwerp team, you know, this club will get better with this experience. They have put on a show. I mean, they have packed this arena, and it's been a great night. It's been a great day. They packed it in the first game as well.
And look at you would hope as you say, the club gets bigger and better. 18,000 people came to a game. It's live on TV here in Belgium. Everybody's going to see this game. And 70-52 does not reflect the difference in the teams. They're playing against a former champion that really does know how to win.
And you have to appreciate how Iberostar Tenerife played. You learn from it, don't you?
Absolutely. And the interesting thing will be, okay, where are we next year? They've got to move on. They're pretty much now, they're taking over from us then as the #1 team in Belgium, so they've got that position.
They're routinely getting big crowds now. Yep. Kane drives in. Celebrating. It's Iberostar Tenerife winning it 70-54. They advance to the final of the Basketball Champions League, where they will face Segafredo Virtus Bologna.
Jeff, for me, forget the fact they've lost by 16 points. We were talking about it a little bit towards the end of the game. Where Antwerp are now, where they were in the qualifiers, not only does it send a message out for Belgian basketball, but like Champions League gives you that opportunity. Go through the qualifiers. You could be from any country. You get the chance to get there because you've earned the right. No free this, no free. You're in the competition. Then win some games.
They came through qualifying.
So they had 2 rounds of that. They had to go to Larnaca. They had to go and beat a good Canty team from Italy. And then they show up in the toughest group and get results. And yeah, there's all sorts of stats to say you didn't shoot the 3 well. Yeah, there's all sorts of things. 19 assists. for Tenerife. They just shared the ball brilliantly, as they always do. And yeah, they didn't make shots. But from where they started in the season, if they can carry that on, you know, if they can get 18,000 people now, who's going to say they can fill gyms? It's been a great opportunity, and this is a great showcase for them. You know, Lee, you got to give, he had to work so hard just to exist on the floor tonight. But he's had a great season. Hopefully he comes back for a third year. You know, it's his second year this year. Hopefully he comes back for a third year. But we're going to look like we're going to speak to Kalinowski in a minute. He had a great game too. You hope they look at this positively.
Well, we're going to hear from Kalinowski, who you said he had a great game, and he did. You know, he came out, really hit shots that just kept him within striking distance. 13 points he finished. But with Tenerife, I mean, just so many positive talking points. The play of Niang, especially for me, was just breathtakingly good.
And we didn't even pick it up in coach. Saez, who's had a great season, played with the Spanish national team in the World Cup, didn't see the floor in the second half because Niang was doing such a good job.
Yeah.
And this team is like that. You know, who is going to do it? Saez now could go in the final and just be fresh, ready to go. Nice headwear, though. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
I didn't realize the Vikings came from the Canary Islands.
They did. In the boats.
In the boats. Maybe the headwear should become sort of a standard dress item, maybe for commentators.
It's going to catch on. I think so. So Mamadou Niang, look at him. He's becoming a legend. I think he could possibly finish as the leading shot blocker in Basketball Champions League history after this Final Four. If he plays again, the road to the Final Four, you can see both Tenerife and Bologna. Tenerife winning this game against Antwerp, so they will face Bologna, who overcame Bamberg, well, who just really beat Bamberg pretty badly. In the semifinal.
Yeah.
We ended up with two pretty decisive wins in the end.
Well, people always talk about them based on defense, Jeff. Based on defense. Both defensive teams come up with a win.
And pick a winner.
I'll always, in this situation, Jeff, always take Tenerife.
Okay, you heard it from Mark.
congratulations on a great win. What were the key elements of that second half performance?
Well, I think the second quarter was our key defensive. We led them in 6 points after a bad start. We started a little bit nervous. We received 20 points, but then in the second quarter we come back with our best defense. We led them in 6 points, and during all the game we tried to stop Paris Lee. That is one of the main players. He only scored 4 points, and I think that was really part of our defensive plan.
You had great scoring from the bench as well.
Yeah, in the beginning I was a little bit slow, then I got confidence in the low post, and then I got the last shot for 3 in the last second, but I think we all play good. We're sharing the ball, and we play with motion against their switches and their different defenses.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
After a strong first half, what were the key elements for the second half of why you lost the game?
You know, I think we made more mistakes than they did. I think they're a more mature team, and I think it showed today. We fought really hard, but I think we made the little mistakes that hurt us.
Do you think then experience was the key, that they just had a little bit more experience than you guys?
Yeah, I think so. I think they played a little bit more physical than us in the second half. You know, they really turned it on in the second half, and we didn't match that, and I think that's why they won. Thank you.
Great defense and excellent team job. Congratulations.